Okay, guys, so I wanted to touch on another element of spinal health that generally isn't spoken about. I have seen, where was the last place I saw it actually? In fact, Bas Rutten, if any of you are familiar with him, he has actually learned this stuff recently, mostly in conjunction with his, I can't remember what it's called, he's got like a breathing exercise apparatus, all right, and the whole thing is focused around, well, I mean, for me anyway, is the training of the muscles. This is something I teach. It's not so much in the free ebook. I wrote that, God, so many years ago, and it was really mainly focused on other aspects. All right, and I wanted to keep it short because I would write another one further down the line, especially as I got more information. So this is one of the most, for me, important aspects of breathing, but also to do with the health of your spine and your back, if you will. All right. I tend not to say back. I tend to talk about the spine rather than your back. I'll reference it for easiness sake or to hit the right notes, but really we're talking about the spine and spine health. Okay. Sorry about this squeaky chair, and also again sorry about the audio. Hopefully I'll be able to get a new sort of semi-half decent phone when one of my clients is getting their new phone. So hopefully I'll be back to lapel mic and stuff soon. So breathing, all right. Now, when breathing is a muscular movement, this is something that we really have to fundamentally understand, is there are a lot of muscles, if we do it correctly, that go into breathing. I kind of touch on it with the power breathing and how, you know, a baby doesn't have to try to do it correctly. Like, you see a baby, its whole body will do this, in, out. All right, the whole thing will expand and contract, and we lose that to the point where a lot of us basically are breathing with this part of our lungs, and that's it, just the top. All right, we never get deep into the lungs, but that's not really what I'm going to be speaking about today. It's about muscular activation. All right, so we have the intercostal muscle. Let's keep the Latin out of it. We have the chest muscles, and we've got everything in the kind of abdominal area, the lateral, and the back area, and that goes for upper and lower spine, for your chest muscles and your intercostal muscles. All right, so what we want to do is practice using them, because guess what? See, when our torso, our whole torso here expands and contracts, what it does is it opens up the spine, and apart from anything else, it allows moisture into the discs and stuff, which I talked about, I believe, a little bit in my hanging video. And it also helps to promote good posture, because you can't do it, when you're like this. You can't do it, when you're like this. You have to essentially gain good posture from doing it. There's loads of different things, but all you're going to be doing is practicing, and you can just start. I know in the ebook I do talk about the abdominal breath, so I recommend you read that. But yeah, you're going to be thinking about, opening up that abdominal cavity, so you're using the muscles to expand. Sorry, just a weird burpy thing coming up there. To expand in all directions, okay? And this is very much a feeling thing. When you first start, usually you'll get, much like many things, you won't get much range. Much like, any kind of muscular exercise. When you first start, it will be weak or switched off. And then the more you practice, the more it will switch on, the more you'll be able to activate those muscles, all right? So the way you're going to practice is you're going to essentially breathe in two sections, bottom and top. That's all you're going to think about just now, all right? So what you're wanting to do is you want to breathe in slow. We don't want to breathe in too quick, or we kind of blow our wad a bit early. So we're going to breathe in slow, starting with the bottom. You can't really see it too well on the screen, but you should be able to see. But I'm inflating the whole thing. I can kind of do this if I show you just quickly. Now that's just my hand stuck to my belly. I'm not pulling that out and pushing it in. It's just on my belly. So you can see the movement there, all right? But I'm distributing that throughout my whole body when I do this. All right. Now what I'm not doing is breathing all the way in, because now when I feel like I've done as much as I can here, I'm going to move up, which I kind of did. All right. So I'm using both, and then when I empty, I'm going to go bottom to top. So normally it will look like this. Not much, to be honest. All right, so I'm inflating, deflating, I'm activating, relaxing, activating, relaxing. Just think about it like that. Don't worry about pushing it out too hard just now, like. All right, don't worry about that just now. Just activate and relax. There's going to be obviously a little bit of effort involved, but I don't want you pushing it too hard. I want it kind of nice and relaxed and just repetition. Because to begin with, like I said, you're just going to have to get used to that feeling, especially splitting it into 2 sections when we breathe. So you're just getting to know those muscles again. It's kind of as simple as that. You're, excuse me, you're reacquainting your brain with what's going on with the muscles that are responsible for breathing and drawing air in and expelling air out. Okay, so that is a quick rundown on breathing for your back, which we'll call this, or I should call it breathing for your spine. We'll call it breathing for your back, because like I say, we'll hit those triggers. So breathing for your back. Peace. Love.